Boom! Hello, welcome one and all to episode number 33 of TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded with DankNStein. Here we are, once again. I've found us a nice little pocket of tetrahedrite here while I've been out and about. You saw in that extended intro, I've been gathering a lot more pig iron at the old mob farm there. This looks like a good dense spot we found here. And yeah, and our copper reserves are just running a little bit low too. So I thought while we're out and about, let's grab a load of pig iron, grab a load of copper. And so I was running around, found some tetrahedrite sources on the floor. First one I come across was poor quality, but then this is normal and I am going to take it. I mean, as far as plans for today's episode go, we have some pretty clear plans in place. I want to have a look at making a couple more machines, at the very least a sag mill. But I'm also curious to just test our power production to a bit more of a limit. You know, what happens if we start adding more machines in? How much do we actually have to spare right now? And how quickly are we going to need to build... Oh, that was close. How quickly are we going to need to build more water wheels? Right, yeah, look, here we go. This is like the dream area, if we just get rid of that guy. Yes, indeed. Start getting the hammer out. Oh, beautiful. Okay, yeah, so there is absolutely tons of it here, and I've very, very quickly been able to fill my inventory. Yeah, I mean, you can see all that area we've mined out there. It's quite a lot. And this is all full. Inventory's full. It's time to go. Alright, very good, very good. So we got quite a bit of stuff there. But let's take stock, shall we? Right, so we put our... Yes, very nice. Lots of things to sort through here. It's very good, very good. So I guess first things first, we can empty our inventory quite nicely, or what we can empty can go into there. We could get rid of this block here, you know, and replace it with something large. Right, and then while all that's happening, there's a few other bits and bobs here. There's all the coal that we grabbed. Just a bit of an afterthought, and we got some obsidian too, which we are going to need later. Now, as for this great wood that we're just carrying around with us, maybe we just chuck that in there. Very nice. Yeah, amazing. That's a lot of coal. And then we've got a load of treasure bags to open again. I did a big batch from the last episode's farming, but this is from what you saw me do at the start of this episode. So let's start with the 3 rare ones. Okay, a couple of potions, loads of these gold coins. So yeah, in a way, these this zombie farm is also a bit of a gold farm, because the amount of these coins we get, plus gold ingots and stuff, I mean, it's ludicrous. Diamonds even. Maybe we do start converting these gold coins into actual gold as well. Might not be a bad shout. But yeah, we need to free up some room in this Stormcraft chest too, as you can see. So it's kind of like this mob farm's actually starting to really clog things up. But better to have and not need than need and not have, as they say. So we've got like 9 of these knowledge fragments now, which I think is pretty good. I think they're quite rare or important or something. I don't know. They might not be. And then we just got a load of potions to go and drop off. So, if we look in here, I mean, a splash potion of healing too. That's kind of cool. But that's full. That one's full. That one's pretty much full. And then we've had this overflow. I've just been chucking overflow into here. But that is full as well. So, yeah, I mean, this iron Minecraft axe, arguably we don't need. A lot of this vanilla armor here we don't really need. We could just throw away, I suppose. Now look, one thing we also got from the treasure bags that we processed in between episodes, which I wanted to show you, is this guy. So Thorncraft thing, it replaced our mundane amulet, which was doing nothing. I think that's what they're called, mundane amulet or something. Anyway, so Visstone slowly recharges held wands. This strikes me as being a really good item. Don't quite know what it means. Maybe its capacity is 25, so right now it's storing 2, 3, 3, 4, 3. That doesn't add up to 25. Adds up to 15. So I don't know, maybe we can run around, and as we grab more of these kinds of things, these categories of wand charge, maybe those numbers change in there. But we're going to keep our eye on it. Presumably we can get a belt that actually does something rather than the mundane one at some point. Anyway, so here we go, look. 86 ingots of copper. Okay then. Well, let's get them pouring. And then, of course, last but not least, nearly 128 again. Ingots of pig iron. So, let's start by stacking our copper. If I can jump up there, please. Thank you. We might actually have too much for this particular stack right here. We'll have to see. See if we can cram them all in. It is a little bit annoying the way we designed this with these bits of lumber across. We could almost get rid of all of those to give ourselves more room to stack ingots. But there we go. We've got 15 spare copper. And we'll probably push it forwards quite soon. Now, as for... Okay, gold. We've got a cheeky 3 ingots there. But this is... this is where it's going to start to look a bit ridiculous in here. Okay, that's awesome. so much. I want to make a bit more iron as well. Like, we've got quite a lot of hematite up there. So while we're looking at this ridiculous collection of piles of ingots, let's process a bit more iron. Okay, yeah, so 1 complete row of rich. When we chuck it in here, we get exactly 51 ingots. That's probably enough for now. I'd rather keep the rest as hematite for flexibility. For flexibility's sake later down the line. It is so satisfying though, piling up these ingots. They just look so good, don't they? And we don't need tons of iron, but it does come up in lots of recipes here and there, and like, yeah. That's so awesome. So is there let's look at our bronze. Is there a type of bronze we'd want to make more of? Yeah, I guess let's make some standard bronze out of all of this. Chuck those on the pile there. That just keeps our 3 bronzes looking a little bit healthier. Could make some more bismuth. We do have a load of bismuth here, but we're running low on zinc. I mean, tin and zinc are the 2 that we need to pile up to, like, and maybe a bit more bismuth, but all 3 of those could really do with a massive top up. And there was tons of that copper left where we found it, so that's definitely where we'd be going back for when we need more of that. Anyway, so without further ado, sag mill. Let's start by crafting this thing right now. It's a lovely sound. I'll miss the sound of the grinding. It's a very nice grindy sound. Oh, I can see you. Knockback sword nowadays, guys. That's what we're rocking. I want the gunpowder. There we go. Because we've now got that Tinker's Scythe thing that we were working on for our mob farm, and that's kind of ticking the box of the looting, I actually put the weapons that have looting enchants on them away. And I picked this guy out because it's got sharpness 3 and a bit of knockback. And although we're slightly weaker against skellies with it, it's fine, to be honest. So what do you want? 1, 2, I think. I think we just need 4 pieces of redstone. Okay, I think we're ready. I think we have everything we need. Let's see if I've got this right. So one of those capacitors firstly. I remember one more thing we just need is 4 ingots of steel. Which we are potentially losing because we can't stand up there. Oh, how do we deal with this? So that's something we need to maybe address again with the design in here. It's not ideal when the stacks get so high that we can't reach them. Anyway, 4 steel ingots. 4 of those. capacitor in the middle. Nope, we've got the outsides wrong, I guess, like that. There we go, machine chassis. Perfect. Now we just need to make a couple of pistons, like that. There we go. Boom, sag mill. Okay, awesome. We'll have that. Okay, so to hook this thing up then, we have got some wire coils and we've got some wire connectors. In the one hand, you could say, well, it needs to go over here near the power generation. Anything that is consuming power, and as we expand our water wheel array going down into this pit, and we'll keep digging it down, so we'll end up with like 10 or 15 setups like this, all then cabled up into a big array of capacitors. The question is, you know, should all our machines therefore stay close to this area? And actually I think, no, let's keep our organization as is. So the sag mill needs to go over here. This is where we're sagging things. I think it might be nice to have it up there. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, cool. So we need to be giving it some power. So immediately it needs one of these bad boys on its head, I think. But the question then is, like, how do we bring the power over here? And actually, you know what I want to do? I want to use some of these cool things. I can't remember what they're called. We're going to find them now. Post, maybe? Yeah, wooden post. So we need stone bricks and 2 treated wood fences. And the treated wood fences are just the sticks. Okay, we can do that. Perfect. Perfect, right. And so what we'll do is we'll just, like, by putting the sag mill on the complete opposite side of the base to where the power's coming from, we've now got to work out some way of routing the power over. And I think that's going to look good. So this is fine for like an initial point. I think we should be able to make it come from there. So I was thinking like right here is an obvious place to put one. I'm not sure exactly how far they can stretch, you see. Okay, that looks awful. Maybe it wants us up here like this. There we go, that looks fine. I must admit, I thought they had little arms that stuck out. But I'm happy with them looking like that. So I guess the question then is, firstly, will this connect from here to here? Is that too far? Nope. Seems to work. And it looks cool. The more of these cables we have just dotted around, the cooler this is going to look. So now, can we connect directly from the sag mill all the way up to there? Or are we going to need another one in between? Moment of truth. Too far away. Okay, well that's fine, because I kind of imagined we might need another one. But it means, like, if we wanted to put machines down here, which I think we spoke about, probably clearing out those barrels and having one of the larger machines in this area right here. You know, we've got the infrastructure for that now. And then down here, I reckon maybe having some power, like, yeah, here, like next to this. Could that work? I mean, let's see if it will let us, to be honest. It might still be too far. Nope, perfect. Yes, this looks awesome. And so then from there to there is going to be no biggie at all, is it? Great, so we've got this power line that runs along the front of the base now, basically. And I guess if we wanted to bring power over to this back row of the base too, I did imagine at one point that we might have lots of other machines just lined up along this shelf. So you might then want to bring power to the back, but we've basically got this power line. And we'll probably end up upgrading this. But for now, this should be fine. That's still fully charged, and I guess the sag mill is getting powered too now. We didn't check that yet, did we? Indeed it is, and pretty quickly. Okay, so I just clocked something which is awesome, which is if you say we're looking at like redstone here or whatever, and we're looking at, oh look, we can make 12 pieces of redstone instead of the normal 8 with the quern. So that's cool. That's a recipe we definitely want to use with the sag mill. But how do we look at just all the recipes for the sag mill? And that is right here. So this is cool. So look, there's those crystally things and turning them into dust as well. Then we need lots of flint. Flint is also something that actually is like it's something that the sagmold consumes, I believe. We can make sand and gravel out of cobble. That's kind of interesting. There's no recipe for cobalt there. Okay. Wow. That ingot is like backwards. That's such a graphite bar. That's such a weird sprite. Someone just really wanted to buck the trend there and just put their sprite backwards. Okay, so all the standard ingots can be turned into their dust counterparts as well. Sand into silicon. Oh, look. The reeds can go straight into the cellulose fibers. And a 2-to-1. I believe we were just converting 1-to-1 before and having to make a load of that potash stuff. Right, here we go. So saltpeter, the mined kind, can be turned into saltpeter powder. I know we want to do that because that's going to help us make gunpowder, which is going to help us make barrels. Yeah, very cool, very cool. And if we just go back to redstone, wherever that was. So there's actually a 50% chance that you get the extra drops of redstone there. And the quicksilver and the silicon. So it's not guaranteed that we're getting more bang for our buck. But we are still likely to get quite a bit more. Okay, so it's not a lot of saltpeter, but nevertheless, let's convert it all. But when we go out and we start mining this stuff now, we know we can process it. But we're not just going to do that. We are also going to grab a load of our pig iron here. What do you reckon, like 32 ingots of this to process? 32. Fine. Because what I want to do is I want to test now both machines running together. Okay. So for now we'll just chuck the flint in there, but we're going to come back and throw the satin spar in a moment. Now I guess it's a little bit unfair because both these machines probably have little buffers in them anyway. But what do we need to do? We need to grab the red steel hammerhead, chuck that on there, chuck those in. So this is now consuming, and yes, it's working, it is converting them. So while those are converting and being consumed, let's now also kick this guy into gear. And he's moving already. A hopper to sit on top of this thing would probably be nice. But it's getting through the flint. It's not getting through the RF at all. Let's see if the wheels themselves are struggling at this point. I think we still haven't reached the rate that we're producing. I mean, if it says maximum 20 RF per tick over there, I don't know what this thing's consuming, but it's not that much either, is it? So with both machines running, we're still fine. Very cool indeed. Okay, next machine I'm thinking is going to be the alloy smelter, because this thing looks like it can do our like welding of steel. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Could the can this thing do that? The metal press? I don't think so. Okay, this is actually, it's quite expensive to say the least. The blast furnace, we're going to need all those iron plates, but I think like this alloy smelter is going to be an amazing machine. Yeah, so what led me to this was looking at Ender IO's more advanced capacitor banks. We've got a basic one at the moment. The standard one there's got 5 million instead of 1 million that it stores, which is quite a big upgrade. But we'd need this energetic alloy, which, by the looks of things, comes only from the alloy smelter. So some of these Ender IO alloys, we're going to need this alloy smelter in order to get. And so if we look at all the other recipes we've got here, that's then when I found this weak blue steel and black steel is high carbon, and I believe that then we could run through the metal press and it would beat that into a normal ingot, I think. In fact, look, we can make sterling silver out of platinum and redstone. That's amazing. I wonder if there's any more like that would use aluminium, because we've got tons of aluminium. Yeah, look, we can make our weak steel in there too. Yes, I'm sure all these pulsating iron, I'm sure all these things are going to come up the more we push into Ender IO. if we're going to look at making like loads of these advanced, like the vibrant capacitor bank with the 25, stores 25 million. Yeah, we're going to need that vibrant alloy. We're going to need these capacitors, which need loads more of the vibrant alloy. And that's energy. Yeah, so they're all like nested in each other, these things. So yeah, I think the alloy smelter for preparing ourselves for a massive capacitor bank, which will be what we'll use then to grab probably power from many, many, many water wheels. I think the alloy smelter is a worthwhile investment here. So yeah, so this is expensive. So we're going to need 4 iron ingots, a cauldron, okay, which is another 7 iron ingots. So that's 11 iron ingots so far. We need another one of these machine chassis, which we can do, I think. And then we're going to need 3 crucibles and one of them into a blast furnace. So we need lots of fire clay too. So let's see, how are we doing fire clay wise? Yep, we need a new batch. And we need to process some kaolinite. So why don't we process all of that? And let's process a bit of graphite too. And so here's where already we're looking at this and thinking, oh yeah, we really need a hopper. Okay, so actually, you know what, looking at hoppers, the more I look at this, the more I just think we're going to need lots and lots of hoppers. Let's make loads of hoppers. We're also going to need loads of sheets. Yeah, we need 8 double sheets. So we're going to need 8 double sheets plus 2 double sheets per hopper that we want to make here. I think we should aim for 16 double sheets, therefore, of iron, which is going to be 64 ingots. So it's nearly like, you know, maybe we just process a whole nother row of this stuff right here, I think. Makes sense. We'll grab the blue one. Chuck that on there. Lovely. And then, yes, here's our 51 ingots. We'll start pouring these out. And I guess we just need to go grab another, however many it is. Quick maths, 13 from downstairs. Let's top up our graphite on the way past here. Alright, now grab these 2. And that should be 64. Indeed it is. And so if we just start throwing these into here, I'm just going to do 2 just to double check I've got this right. But they will go in 2 at a time. And they'll be made into double ingots. Perfect. So we chuck all those in. We just want them all to be doubled. I think in order to do the hopper recipe that we want, we will actually have to work the double sheets on an anvil to actually craft the hopper with that cheaper recipe. Anyway, they've all done. And then we chuck them all back in here and they'll be pressed into sheets. Yep, perfect. And while these are both going, still just no movement on the power. That's awesome. I'm sorry, but this metal press is just my pride and joy. This thing is amazing. I mean, we could start getting into a little Factorio Satisfactory kind of vibe where we build like maybe 6 of these guys and have them set up for each purpose straight away. So let's say we want to make double sheets. There's like an array of them. You just chuck ingots in at one end and they go like double ingot, sheet, double sheet, you know, so on and so forth. But there we go. So now I'm just going to test this again. We chuck 2 sheets in there. They do go in 2 at a time. Double sheet. Oh man, that's good. That's some good stuff. Amazing. So that's quicker, isn't it, than than the alternative. So we need to warm 8 of those if we're going to make some hoppers. And boom, 32 fire clay. Lovely. So 3 crucibles, which I hope I've remembered correctly. It's just that, yeah. And then blast furnace block. Excellent. It's definitely worth stealing iron bars from those dungeons. Saves us a crafting recipe there for sure. Okay, so grab all this stuff. So we need another basic capacitor or whatever they're called. I think that's what these are called. Basic capacitor. And we probably should just mass produce those. Might be worth it just making a stack, because it seems like every Ender IO recipe is using one somewhere or another. Machine chassis. Yeah, cool, we got everything. Right, so blast furnace block at the top, 2 crucibles, cauldron at the bottom, 4 ingots of iron. Alloy smelter. Oh baby. Right, And before we do anything with that, these are indeed ready to go. So we take them 2 at a time, chuck them in. Hopper. Oh. Okay, 4 hoppers. 4 more hoppers. Lovely. Jubbly. What do we reckon? Just chuck it there. Should we see if it stretches? For now, I think that's a fine place to put it. We can always move it if we have to. But let's see if we are indeed going to have to or not. Might be too far to stretch. Nope. All good in the hood. And it's powering up, no problems. I think maybe we want to try and make some of this energetic alloy. Ooh, we actually need glowstone though. Don't know how much glowstone we've actually got. Okay, look, we've got a decent amount, so let's do 32. Let's do 32 of everything. So 32 redstone. Sorry, 32 glowstone. 32 redstone. Let's process more redstone in our sag mill while we're at it. And then let's take another 32 ingots of pig iron up there as well, so we can get, again, we can get all 3 machines going and check our power consumption at that point. And we just keep this process going, just building machines, checking power, building machines, checking power. Then if we chuck this hopper in the side here like that, is that feeding the top? Yeah, it is. Okay, amazing. So this is awesome. So then we just chuck those in like that. I wonder if we were to put flint in there, if it would be smart. It may also be fair to say that we need a hopper underneath this thing, because these slots might get filled up very, very quickly. In fact, they are blatantly going to get filled up very quickly, aren't they? Anyway, we'll keep that going for now. Let's get our 32 ingots of gold. This is actually going to deplete our gold reserves a little bit, but we do have to remember all of those coins, so there really is no shortage of gold at all. If we just start smelting up those hundreds and hundreds of gold coins, I think we'll be fine. Yes, look, indeed this has stopped. Right, and it is because it was full. So that's interesting. And I think, yeah, I think it just... Oh, crap. That wasn't what I meant to do. I think what we should do is we should put a hopper underneath, as well as having one on the side. And then we can chuck those still in there. And we can be pretty confident then that... Yeah, we've got 5 more slots at least. We can always chuck a chest underneath as well. But first we need to get all 3 machines running at the same time while we have that one going. So over here we would put 32 redstone, 32 glowstone and 32 gold. Right, and that's starting to run. It's taking a while, but it's doing it. Its RF seems stable. Change those out. And chuck the pig iron in there. That's going. That one's going. It's not going to run out anytime soon. That one's going to be going for a while. That one's going. All 3 machines are running. And still no movement. Amazing. Yeah, so these 3 water wheels at maximum efficiency are already doing quite a lot for us, really. Very cool. I'm not too sure about this particular cable here. It's a little bit low to the ground. I'm not convinced about the location of this. But it might be that what we decide to do with this area is actually put a machine rack in. We could probably tidy it up a bit, couldn't we? Could be a project for next time, but I think we're probably running a bit long on this episode already. But this truly is the age of automation. Look at this. Oh, that guy stopped. Why has he stopped? Is the quicksilver not... Oh, no, we are just full. Wow, okay. So that filled up really, really quickly. Yeah, this is phenomenal. So that thing is just going... Wait, is it stopped? No, yeah, it's going slowly but surely. We probably don't need hoppers in that thing, because it seems, at least for that recipe, it's slow enough that that's probably... We can do batches of 32 and come back to it. This guy... Amazing. And then over here, I've had a little play about. It looks like it's finished, actually. Oh no, it's still going. That was weird. I wonder why it was showing. Maybe that was just an updating thing, a visual glitch. But yeah, look, we've got a hopper down here underneath, which is actually still clogged up. We could unclog. But yeah, this thing's banging it out. I did a little test as well with the flint. If you chuck flint in here, it's the same. The flint will go in there and the main stuff will go in there. I wonder if you've got nothing left there, if it might get confused and start chucking flint into the main slot. But at least if they're both kind of filled, you can chuck 64 flint in there along with everything else and it'll be fine. Look, see, it's turning off. Maybe it's the quicksilver that's getting full and hasn't been, like, it's just the quicksilver alone that's clogging it. It could be that. So it stops for a bit while it just unclogs and then it, yeah, because it looks like we're getting quite a lot. Interesting. Anyway, look, this is awesome. Cheeky time for a plug. Don't forget, TFC Tuesdays tomorrow. We'll be live streaming from midday UK time. So we'll be doing much more of all this madness. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Be good to one another. Take care. See you soon. Peace.